Somewhere along the way, wellness became something to chase, another checklist item, another metric to meet. But what if it didn't have to be that way? What if wellness wasn't about perfection, but about presence? When I started viewing wellness as devotion instead of discipline, everything changed. Movement became gratitude, cooking became connection, rest became an act of love. Now, I'm not a gym girly. I don't make a gym aesthetic content with abs and glutes for days, but what I am is a real woman who've experienced real change because I've reframed my mindset. Not only do I want to share 5 concepts that have completely altered the way that I look at my health and wellness journey, I also have some new exciting finds from Walmart as I've partnered with them as they're celebrating health and wellness. What is up, guys? So it is Friday night for your girl Jen. I just got home. I cooked a little dinner and I decided that I wanted to pull out my camera after I've done my skincare routine and I've romanticized my evening to have no airs about myself, to have this conversation with you. Now, I have been soft launching my fitness, all of the changes that my body has been going through as I've been very consistent to my workout routine. And you guys have been asking me in the comments, you have been commenting a lot on just the changes that you've seen in my body. But I'm going to tell you, sticking to my journey wasn't easy until I changed my mindset. Just by tweaking your mindset ever so slightly, it will drastically change the outcome of any journey that you're on. So let's get into it. So point number 1 is that it is devotion over discipline. When I was just trying to focus on being disciplined, I was getting burned out so quickly. I had all of these routines that I had set up for myself, and sticking to them started to get challenging once the motivation started to run low. That's when I started to think, like, if I don't want to go backwards in my health and wellness journey, I need to get to the root cause of why certain plans are harder to stick to than others, which is where I realized that my discipline was rooted in punishment. I was sticking to such a strict routine for myself because I was afraid that if I got outside of the box, if I didn't work out so many days a week, if I didn't stick to the caloric count that I'd set for myself, that I was just going to massively get off track. Now, accountability is key, and you do have to hold yourself accountable to any plan that you set up for yourself. But I want to be rooted in devotion because whatever I do for my body, I want to honor her. And I want to do it because I honor her, not because I'm trying to punish her for anything that I've done or am thinking about doing. So now that we know that we want our journey to be rooted in devotion instead of just discipline, the next thing up is to change our mindset around rituals and routines. It's funny because I use that phrase in my classroom a lot. Rituals and routines, automaticity, because I like that the students already know what my expectations are. Like, they can come in my classroom and pretty much run my classroom because they know exactly how I like things. And for me in the classroom, that allows us to maximize the environment, and it also allows the environment to be conducive for learning. But when it comes to my personal life, I found that routines can become quite boring. Turning your routines into rituals means to take the habits that you already have and doing them in a way that feels special. My biggest one is I love to light a candle and put it on the bathroom sink while I'm showering. And then I have really gotten into lo-fi beats. I have lo-fi beats playing in the background. I'll have a candle burning, and then I'll get in the shower and take a nice long shower before getting out, getting my skincare routine together. I'm making that time for myself feel very special. And that's what it's about. It's about doing the mundane things, but taking time to figure out how you can make those things feel special. And speaking of making it feel special, that takes me right around into my third point, which is romanticizing your environment. My environment, the lights, the colors, the aesthetics, like everything about what surrounds me, even in my car, like I kid you not, even in my car, I romanticize the environments that I'm in. My classroom, same thing. I just cannot do a cluttered space. Like my space has to be very organized in order for me to function at my highest capacity. It's crazy because I can visit other people and they can have just a lot of things going on in their environment and it doesn't bother me. But as soon as I step into my own space, my classroom, my car, I have to feel that that space is conducive to the type of energy that I want to surround myself with. When your space, no matter how big or small it may be, feels calm and inviting, it makes wellness feel like a self-expression, not something that you're just trying to attain or just something you're trying to do. So since we're talking about romanticizing our environment, I think that this would be the perfect time to jump in here and show you some things that I got from Walmart, as I've partnered with Walmart to celebrate health and wellness, and how they have curated an entire section online for your health and wellness needs. Let's get into it. Now, you know I do not gatekeep on my channel, and you know I'm a huge Walmart fan. And one thing that I love about Walmart is the fact that when I place an order, sometimes I get my order the next day, if not within a day or two. In this particular order, I wanted some new things that I feel like would aid me in my recovery, as well as stocking up on some of my faves, like with my favorite Power Up Trail Mix that's high energy, perfect for after the gym, or Liquid IV. I cannot go without a pack of Liquid IV, especially after a hard sweat session in the gym. So as someone who trains very heavy in the gym, I have been wanting a massage gun for so long. I was not about to like drop serious money on one because I didn't know like how effective they are, but I've been seeing them like all over TikTok, all over social media, and I really wanted a massage gun. Walmart had this one by Homedics, and it was so very affordable. It low-key tickles, but it feels perfect. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, you can turn up the intensity. Oh my gosh. That brings me to my fourth point that I've learned over this journey that I'm on, and that is to focus on the moment, right? Like when I'm in the gym, I want to know, how does this moment make me feel? I've never left the gym and felt like, oh my gosh, I hated that I went. But there have been many of times before I've gone to the gym and I'm like, I really don't want to go. And this was because I was focusing on how hard I knew I had to train once I got to the gym, instead of focusing on how I feel in the moment. So I'm gonna give you an example of how I changed that and how it has worked out so well for me. Some days when I'm mentally not there and I know I don't have the mental capacity to go 100%, I'll tell myself I'm just gonna walk on the treadmill. That's all. I'm just going to walk on the treadmill. I'm just going to give myself 30 minutes on the treadmill. And then if I feel like doing anything after that, then I'll do it. Now, that's not a habit. I don't do that every day. But I do have those days when I just don't have the mental energy to push myself beyond like what I feel like I'm capable of doing. So I'll get on the treadmill and I'll walk 30 minutes. But before I even make it to that 30-minute mark, maybe around that 10-minute mark, my mind has warmed up to the idea of getting on the floor and lifting weights, moving weights. And by the time I go from how I didn't feel like going to actually focusing on the moment and getting in the gym and just focusing on being present, I walk out of the gym feeling like I've conquered the world. I kid you not. I stopped running away from the feeling of not wanting to do it and just give myself the best that I can give myself in that moment. That is applicable to any situation in your life. Like, give yourself grace enough grace to be present in the moment and to do your very best in that moment. So I stopped chasing completions like I have to go, I have to hit this workout, I have to get it done just like this. And I start chasing the way that I wanted to feel when I walked out of the gym. And then my last point is to build a wellness identity instead of a wellness routine. Now, granted, having a routine gives you structure, and that is important. But wellness should be more about who you are instead of just what it is that you're doing. I like to think that wellness should have like an alter ego, someone who enjoys nourishing food, someone who enjoys living an active lifestyle, someone who enjoys challenging their body and pushing themselves outside of its normal limits, outside of the things that they even thought that they were capable of doing. That to me is a wellness alter ego, someone that I strive to bring out more frequently because I enjoy seeing her and I love the way she makes me feel at the end of the day. This is actually called identity-based motivation, and it's from a book that I read titled Atomic Habits by James Clear. And when you are identity-based motivated, it just causes you to create deeper, longer lasting change because you realize it's more about who you are, and it is who you are instead of just something that you're trying to do. When I started this thing, it was all about getting ready for summer. I kid you not, I realized I gained weight because I have been enjoying my time here in Dallas. I've been eating out, I've been celebrating. I was just living like doing it all when I moved from Georgia to Texas. But then I realized that the weight gain, the way I was feeling, all of the things, that wasn't who I wanted to be. Who I am now is still a work in progress. She's not fully there, but I definitely feel great about the woman I am in this moment because everything that I'm doing for her out of devotion, out of my rituals, out of how I romanticize the space that she's in, the way that it makes me feel being present in the moment, right? All of those things are of who I desire to be in Jen. So when I'm talking about visualizing my highest self and showing up as the woman I desire to be, that would be my greatest example. Allowing the changes that I'm making to be a part of who I am, not just something that I'm trying to do. That actually brings me to the end of this sit down, this talking head sort of video. I don't typically create content like this, so I am relying on your feedback down in the comments to tell me if you enjoyed this style of content, because I definitely would love to create more and to connect with you in a more intimate and personal way. But now, since I'm clean and I've completed my skincare and everything for the evening, I am getting ready to get up on my sofa. I'm getting ready to grab a comfy blanket and I'm going to see what Halloweenish movies are playing right now, so that I can watch one and fall asleep on it. I want to thank Walmart once again for sponsoring this video, for allowing me to partner up with you to celebrate health and wellness. And don't forget, all of the things that I've shared with you will be linked down in the description box so that you can find ways to invest in your health and wellness, featuring some amazing deals from Walmart. But guys, until I catch you in my next vlog, video, or sit down, since we're doing these now, I will catch you in my next vlog, video, or sit down. All right, see you later.